Alright, so I don't know if you guys have seen, but pretty much what happened recently was Zim actually put out a video pretty much stating that because Ubisoft accidentally activated the Zim mousetrap thing on day 1 of the season for about 2 hours, it gave the Zim Matrix team enough time to break down what it was and come out with a fix essentially for it. So that way once they do release mousetrap, Zim can automatically put out an update and it won't work anymore. Like the mousetrap won't work anymore. So I'm going to show you this. I pretty much tweeted this out and it got a good amount of attention, and I want to break it down and just go over all this and tell you what I think that they should do and essentially what's going on. Let me play the video for you first though. So this is the video, this is the tweet. I said Zim put out a statement that because Ubisoft accidentally released a mousetrap at the start of the season, then took it out, they were able to get a lot of info and we'll have an update. We shall see if it works, but either way, I see this being an ongoing battle like PC cheaters. Now this was the video.
Now as for the mousetrap, Ubisoft accidentally activated it at the start of this season. It only ran for around 2 hours, but the Zim team was able to get a lot of important information on it. This allowed the dev team to test and tweak the new Zim update. This update will be the new SAB 2.0 firmware and will be released when Ubisoft permanently activates the mousetrap.
Terrible. Horrible. Do you want to see my live reaction? Here, this is my live reaction. Bro, literally, like, so I tweeted this out, right? I shouldn't expect to get as much attention as it did. I got 169k views. Sheesh. But there's a lot going on here, and I want to break down what I think that they should do, and I want you guys to let me know what you think they should do as well. So personally, with this is something I kind of expected. Like I said it in a couple of my streams. I said they're going to release this, and then Zim is going to, it's going to work on day 1, right? Zim is going to have time to test it out, and then they're going to put out an update. Unfortunately, we never got to day 1 because Ubisoft decided to accidentally release it for the first 2 hours of the season, so that they could then Zim could break it down and then just fix it. So we won't get what I said. However, I do think I said on day 1 it's going to work. Then Zim's gonna update it. Then Ubisoft's gonna update theirs, and then it's gonna be an ongoing battle back and forth and back and forth. Now, this is what Unsert said. Should just ban them after mid-season if they continue to use it. Only way they can truly resolve it. I think he's saying like after the update comes out, where like they don't allow it. If they detect you using it, they should just ban you. Alright? I said that I say need to hardware ban them or people will just play on Smurfs, which is very true. And this guy said the player count would decrease by 60%. And then I was like, bro, people are trolling if they actually think 60% of the players are on Zim. That's not that much. It is not that much at all. But let me see, let me read this to you as well, right? Stompin said, you're literally Zim, and then I hit him with the Spider-Man emoji because both of them play Zim, but they're both really good players and don't need Zim, so that doesn't really matter. Like, if they were on controller, they'd be fine. This is what this guy named Korn said. He said they legally can't, you brick. Why do you think they don't? Now, I've seen this and I was like, what the hell is this guy talking about? So I said, they absolutely can. Cheaters can get banned on PC. Zim falls under cheating on console, right? Then this guy pretty much was saying how they literally said in the press conference that Microsoft doesn't allow the banning of third-party MK adapters. Doesn't matter if it's against Ubisoft TOS or not, because Microsoft protects it. And I was like, what? Like, I wasn't sure if that was true or not, so I asked him. I said, what press conference? And then he ended up linking me. Yeah, here's his thread. He said, Answer said, swear people got banned on Apex for using Zim. It's a quick Google search is all you need, Theo mate. And it was pretty much a EA Sports thing. You can't even see it because my webcam's blocking it. But saying, like, Zim or similar adapter, technically you are breaking the TOS from Microsoft and EA Respawn by using an unapproved hardware, but you will not be banned. That does not mean that they can't ban it, because then I decided to do further research, and I found out, I found this thing where somebody pretty much asked on Microsoft, like, could they essentially do anything about people who are cheating with Zim? And Microsoft responded and said, as it isn't on Microsoft/Xbox servers, it is down to developers to police. All you could do is report, mute, and block on the console. Don't ever try to confront them by blocking. You are less likely to be match made with them, right? So I was like, okay, well, that's one of them. So clearly Microsoft is saying that, like, you know, they can ban it. It's up to them. And then another thing I found was Fortnite was banning Cronus, or banned Cronus for a little bit to try and get rid of it, because apparently it was banned on Cronus as well. It was banned on Fortnite. But they said Epic Games started issuing permanent bans to players using Cronus then. So the whole like point that Microsoft doesn't allow you to be able to use a Zim or be able to ban Zim is just wrong. Because then he said somebody asked Ubisoft if they were gonna ban Zim, and they said Microsoft doesn't allow it, and to complain to them instead along the lines of that Microsoft doesn't allow banning of it because people with disabilities and stuff, so a Cronus would be bannable whereas Zim isn't. And I replied, pretty much stating that, like, yeah, that's true, but Ubisoft did come out and say that they, like, that if you have a disability, you can get, like, a doctor's note and then make, like, a file and, like, a case, and then Ubisoft themselves would look into the case and determine if you are, have a disability, so you need it. But here was another thing where a PUBG player on Zim Apex website, I found this, pretty much stated that Xbox Reddit talked about Zim a lot, and the PUBG team has said they are working on a fix to forbid it, and Mike Ybarra, which works for Microsoft, also wants to ban it. So clearly, this statement is wrong, because people at Microsoft want to ban it. Other games have banned it, or banned people for it. So that's wrong there. So this is the big thing though. Do you think that Ubisoft should just outright ban all Zim players? This is what I think that they should do, okay? Because a lot of people in here are saying, that's why they should just ban accounts. Can't Ubisoft, just like ban the accounts? Now, here's the thing about banning accounts, okay? If they ban somebody's account, they need to permanent ban the console. They need an IP ban or console ban the actual console, because people will just make Smurfs and go ahead and just use Smurf accounts because of the sheer fact that, on Xbox, it's free to play, essentially. And you could just, even on PS, you could just sign into a new account and then just play on that. Like, it's not like PC, we need to rebuy the game. So, that wouldn't essentially solve the issue. However, this is what I think you do. Because you can absolutely get console banned. You can absolutely, that's a thing. It's not like it's a hard thing to do. You can get IP console banned, right? And yeah, you can talk about VPNs, but you can still get console banned, like actual hardware ban, right? So here's the thing that I think they need to do. They fix the Zim thing again, right? Like, they make it to where Zim is now detected again, which is definitely possible. Like I said, Zim's going to be an ongoing back and forth thing where Zim's going to update theirs, Ubisoft's going to update theirs. They make it one more time. They put out a statement saying, if you use a Zim, you will be permanently banned, okay? So meaning, anytime someone plugs in a Zim, they get banned right away, right? But it shouldn't state to them that, we see you're using a mouse and keyboard. Because then at that point, Zim would just be able to come out with an update and then just update it again, right? And I think this will still put a situation of an ongoing battle, because then Zim are going to see people getting banned, right? And then they're going to come out with another update. And I think it's going to be an ongoing battle. But I think if you instantly ban these people who plug in the Zim, just instantly ban them, you can figure it out. Because like they said, they stated themselves that they have information for seasons now of everyone using Zim. I think if you keep banning them, it's going to stop people from wanting to do it, because they're going to lose their skins, they're going to lose all their levels, they're going to lose everything. And now here's the other bigger problem. Zim players consist of, I would take a guess and say about 25%, maybe 30%, realistically. People saying like 60% you are trolling. Do you know how many people actually play Siege? Okay, think of this for a second. Think of all the people that play Siege. Now look at Champion. Champion is 1% of the population. I'm not talking about Rank 2.0 champions, okay? That's different. That's probably like fucking 10 to 15%. But not all Rank 2.0 champions use Zim, because there's actual people who I know who were golds last season that hit Champion because of Rank 2.0. I'm talking about in general. For the 7 years before Rank 2.0, the way it went was champions were 1%, diamonds were 5%, okay? Most diamonds and most champions use a Zim. There's some plats and there's some golds, yes. So in my eyes, let's just say all diamonds and all champs use Zims, that's 15%. Like, that's an actual stat-based number, like where it states 1% is champs, 5% is diamonds, and then I got the other 10% from like the plats and the golds, okay? So that's an actual stat-based thing, okay? So there's not that many players that are, like, if it were to be banned, that would cause like an absolute like dead of the game to where like nobody would be on it anymore. There's not 60% of the people on Zims. It's not that much. There's just not that many people that are in the higher ranks. So I personally think that the banning would not be that big of a deal. But now you have another thing, okay? So people were saying, surely actively working around a anti-cheat method can warrant a lawsuit. And I said, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're openly saying they are working around an anti-cheat. They're literally catching themselves in 4K. Because you can't pretty much just state, hey, I'm gonna, I know you guys have an anti-cheat, but I'm gonna work around it. Like, that's not legal. Like, and the thing is, somebody said, doesn't every hack work around the anti-cheat? Why does it matter if they say it? Pretty much saying, like, okay, well, on PC, you can, people cheat all the time. The thing is, though, with PC is that there's a million different PC websites. So if they would have a lawsuit against all these other PC websites, they would just make a new one. But whereas Zim, I feel like it'll be way harder for Zim to just make a new one, because Zim is one thing. The only thing on console that is cheating, like for a mouse and keyboard, the main thing is Zim. And maybe there's one more or two more things, but that's it. Whereas PC, there's like 1,000 different websites you can cheat on. So, I mean, obviously you have Cronus too, but I'm not counting that. Cronus is nothing compared to mouse and keyboard. So, it's like, this would be way easier to file a lawsuit against, and they absolutely can. Like, you cannot legally go, like, openly say, hey, you have an anti-cheat, I'm going to go against it, and I'm going to, you know, sell products and make money, pretty much of me working against something that you are working on. So, they could do a lawsuit. Will they? No. I don't think that they will, because it's Ubisoft. Maybe they will. Who knows? I hope they do. But I don't know how well they would win that. I don't know how you would prove everything, you know, because it's just he say, she say, then you have a video of somebody saying it. So it's like, could they really do it? I'm not no law student. People, if you are, comment down below, let me know. But this is definitely a possibility. They definitely could sue them. I think they could have some sort of case against it, but I don't think that they will. Kudos actually quote tweeted, I don't even know what Kudos is. He's a lore streamer, lore YouTuber, and he does like gameplay as well. But he said, you gave them a chance, Ubisoft. From this point forward, start banning mouse and keyboard players on console. No more slap on the wrist, outright ban. This one's got 1K likes, which is crazy. Got more likes than me. That's crazy. How did he get more likes on his post? Like, that makes no sense. He has 3K. I have 6K. I'm kidding. I'm joking, by the way. But pretty much people just saying just to ban them. Like, they just need to ban them. Like, and then somebody even added the Ubisoft dev. Now, here it was. He said, car pauses. They are fully knowing and trying to avoid the mouse shot detection. That's got to be a warrant for some sort of legal action. But this guy's actually, I love this guy too. He's really good. He's with the main director, but I don't think he's the one that's going to be behind all this. You have to add somebody else or find somebody else. But good that they're adding the Ubisoft devs saying, hey, look at this, you know, get their attention. But I don't know what they're going to do for this. I don't know. But what I do know is that the devs that I was talking to at Invitational were essentially telling me that they agreed with me. They didn't tell me. They agreed with me. Because I don't think they can just tell me. That it would be an ongoing battle, meaning that Zim would come out with something, then Ubisoft would come out with something, then Zim would come out with something, then Ubisoft would come out with something. It's going to be an ongoing battle, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And PC cheaters get banned, so why not just ban console people? You have to realize that the people who are going to get banned and then leave the scene, you're going to bring back more people if there's no Zims. Like, you realize that, right? Like, you're going to bring back the people that stop playing because of Zim. Like it's a positive too in this. I think you give the Zim players one more chance. You say, hey, start the game, you start up a Zim, you're banned, that's it. If that doesn't work, just ban the people that you've had on the system for the past, like, months that you've said, for seasons that you've had sitting there. That's what I think they do. And I hope they do it. And I'm wishing the best. They actually are trying, so this is very good for Ubisoft. I'm happy to see them actually trying with this. But we shall see where this goes. But let me know, what solution do you think, and what do you think that they should do? Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, though. I will see y'all. Have an amazing day. Much love. Peace.